So, in this video we want to talk about the partner in peace, Mr. Mahmoud Abbas, who is supposed to be a mild politician, as opposed to Hamas in the Gaza Strip. But of course, all that is propaganda. The guy is a terrorist. He's nothing else but a terrorist. Right here we got an article by, including statements by Avigdor Lieberman. MP Avigdor Lieberman, the head of the Israeli Betienu party, predicted on Tuesday that peace for the Palestinian Authority will never be possible because of its leadership. Speaking at a meeting of the newly founded Knesset lobby to combat anti-Semitism, which is headed by Shimon Ohaina, Lieberman reminded participants that the PA, chairman, Mahmoud Abbas, that's in the West Bank, is a Holocaust denier whose doctorate dissertation was entitled "The Connection Between the Nazis and the Leaders of the Zionist Movement." So some sort of university brings forth a sort of dissertation, a PhD about this sort of thing. And so Lieberman continues and says there cannot be a true peace or a diplomatic process with someone who denies the Holocaust, said Lieberman. Abbas's book, in which he denies the Holocaust, actually the dissertation became a book, which he denies the Holocaust, is on the bookshelf of my office. I do not recall that any of those who welcomed the peace process reminded Abbas of his denial of the Holocaust, which he continues to do in media interviews. He added, "When I was foreign minister, every time a respected person would come to my office to tell me that Abbas wants peace, I would show him Mahmoud Abbas' book, in which he denies the Holocaust. Modern anti-Semitism today is in the Palestinian Authority," Lieberman stated. "You should see the PA's textbooks that do not teach the next generation, the so-called generation of peace, about the Holocaust. These are our so-called partners in peace." As Israel and the PA, Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, prepare to sit down yet again for another round of talks, PA television has been continuing to broadcast anti-Israel and anti-Semitic programs and songs. In a music video that was released in 2011 and re-released over the past several years, Israel is called the snakehead which needs to be crushed by Arab rifles. It comes only days after another PA program honored arch-terrorist Abdallah Barghouti for his role in the murder of 61 Israelis in a string of atrocities. On Monday, Abbas presented a racist and hateful vision of a future Palestinian state when he said in Cairo that Palestine would not have a single Israeli civilian or soldier. Now that's according to Avigdor Lieberman. Right. And here is a second article by reporter Raquel Abraham, which gives more proof of what I was saying before, that Mahmoud Abbas is a terrorist and he's not a mild politician. He does not differ from Hamas in the Gaza Strip. He does not differ from the Nazi Yasser Arafat. So within the past month, Palestinian media Watch has reported that Mahmoud Abbas has honored Issa Abd Rabo, who brutally murdered 2 Israeli university students, Ron Levy and Ravitol Seri, in 1984 while they were hiking south of Jerusalem. He had tied the 2 up at gunpoint, placed bags over their heads, and then proceeded to murder them in cold blood. Abd Rabo is presently serving 2 life sentences for this horrific act of terrorism. Yet this has not stopped Mahmoud Abbas, the president of the West Bank, Israel's supposed partner for peace, from exalting him. Last month, Abbas sent Secretary General Tayyip al-Rahim to the family home at Issa Rabo's family in the refugee camp with the express purpose of honoring his actions. According to the Rafah news agency, representing President Mahmoud Abbas spoke with Issa's mother and conveyed President Abbas and the Palestinian leadership greetings to her. He expressed appreciation and praised her for standing strong for what she has sacrificed through 30 years of waiting, copying and patience. He also praised the refugee camp and its sons and daughters. He described it as a national revolutionary school which has produced generations and heroes who were and still are a source of pride. Abbas' representative furthermore stated, "The prisoners' chains will certainly be broken and removed by the virtue of heroes and mothers' willpower, and the best of the Palestinian people's sons are in prison." The Palestinian Media Watch also noted that according to Palestinian law, Abd Rabo receives a monthly salary and the PA authority of 10,000 nis, which is 4 times the average salary of civil servants within the Palestinian Authority, and is even higher than the standard salary for people with humanities degrees like myself within Israel. In fact, Amt Rabor makes the same salary that Israeli engineers starting out the career make. In fact, 2.5% of the PA's annual budget, which by the way is paid for by Qatar, Saudi Arabia, goes towards prisoner salaries. Mahmoud Abbas praising terrorists is not new. Since the Gilad Shalit exchange, Mahmoud Abbas has in fact repeatedly praised various Palestinian terrorists. For example, in a speech after a group of prisoners was released in 2011, Abbas referred to their time in prison as enforced absence, which is imposed on you because your people struggle and jihad fighters for Allah and the homeland. Your sacrifice and your effort and your actions were not in vain. You acted and struggled and sacrificed. In another speech, Abbas stated that the Palestinian terrorists are in prison are holy to us, we must exalt them. In yet another example of demonstrating his praise of hatred and violence, Abbas also proclaimed we must remember the pioneers, the Grand Mufti of Palestine, Mahmoud Amin al-Husseini, as well as Ahmad al-Shukeri, the founder of the PLO. According to the Investigate Project on Terrorism, al-Husseini was a close ally of Adolf Hitler, who instigated terror attacks against Jews and moderate Palestinians in pre-World War II Palestine. He also helped organize a Muslim SS division and was complicit in the Holocaust, preventing the rescue of 19,000 Jewish children. According to Jonathan Sanker, Vice President of Research with the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies, saying such things is a form of incitement. We are seeing rhetoric in camps that were previously seen as moderate, and its rhetoric is heading towards the wrong direction. So this is proof that Mahmoud Abbas is a terrorist, and he is a proxy of Iran, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and what he wants is not a two-state solution, but to destroy the state of Israel. Right. Giving land for peace is not a solution. We saw that in 1993 with the Oslo Accords. We saw it in 2005 with Gaza. We saw it with southern Lebanon and all that. And these people are terrorists. They are fascists. They are Islamo-Nazis. They want to take over the West, Israel. And if Israel falls, Cyprus will fall, Greece will fall, and all of Western Europe and all it stands for will be destroyed by these Arabs, these Muslim Brotherhood brothers. So Mahmoud Abbas, the Holocaust denier, who calls Jews apes and pigs, differs nothing from Ismail Haniyeh in Gaza, Hamas. He differs not from Yasser Arafat. We all know what Yasser Arafat was. Assad knew what Yasser Arafat was, and he tried to kill him, not the West. And well, the solution, like I said, is what America Hana said in the 1980s, 1970s, to take all the Arabs and take them to the other side of the Jordan River, give them some compensation, and that's it. And that's it. So no giving land for peace, and all that is a propaganda of the lefty. And all these lefties, all the commies and all the liberals are backing them because they get money from Qatar. Giving money to these terrorists means that they have an incentive to kill people and then go to prison and receive salaries. And in these prison cells, they get degrees, they play ping pong, see football, and they live as kings in these cells. And they get the annual salary, which is higher than the civil servants. So they have all this incentive to kill people and to be radical Islam and Muslim Brotherhood. And when other people kill Palestinians, of course the lefties turn a blind eye and they don't give a damn. It's all about hitting Israel because they were bribed to do so by the Soviet Union, the Muslim Brotherhood, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, of course. Everyone knows that. Apart from the lefties and the little liberals. Right. So let's hope that the Republicans come to power in America, and they're going to help Netanyahu and his party to do what's right for the West Bank. And thank God Netanyahu is not stupid, and he is colonizing the West Bank. And who gives a damn what Mahmoud Abbas says or Ismail Haniyeh says? They're all hypocrites. All they want is money. They're billionaires and their people are starving. And no one talks about that.